Hello, I'm Ninja Greg, and you're watching The Ninja Greg Show. It occurs to me that a lot of cartoons nowadays are, for lack of a better term, really weird. And right off the top of my head, a few examples I can think of are Gravity Falls, Adventure Time, the mother of all weird, by the way, Regular Show, The Amazing Adventures of Gumball, which I call The Amazing Adventures of Screwball on account of how screwy it is. And they just, with Gravity Falls, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not fans of these shows and I don't watch them regularly, but they all have their own weirdness to them, and they all have their own unique elements, but also some things that make them, that they have in common. Like Gravity Falls, the main thing that everybody remembers is gnomes barfing up rainbows. Because reasons. And oftentimes when I see these shows on the television or in a commercial or whatever, I just kind of tilt my head and think, what the hell? And then that makes me think back to my own childhood with some cartoon shows I grew up with, like Beetlejuice and Doug and Ren and Stimpy. Now, I didn't really watch Beetlejuice or Ren and Stimpy because my mother didn't allow me to watch them. Instead, I got wholesome programming like Gargoyles. I don't have a joke or a complaint there, I just really like Gargoyles. But, you know, as a kid you don't really understand why your mom says you can't watch certain stuff, but as an adult looking back, you can kind of see why. Beetlejuice, from the Beetlejuice animated series, from what I can see, looks harmless enough. I mean, sure, it's got like weird monster horror themed, and the whole opening sequence is a big rush of crazy imagery, but it's not too bad from what I've seen. Ren and Stimpy, on the other hand, is completely and utterly insane. Where Beetlejuice just had the opening that was a rush of crazy, an entire episode of Ren and Stimpy was a rush of crazy. Just really weird situations and a whole bunch of exaggerated expressions and body proportions. So yeah, that I can understand a lot better than Beetlejuice not being okay for kids. I mean, Beetlejuice with the whole horror thing, I guess it might not be alright for little kids, but a lot of cartoons nowadays seem to follow that example. Just really strange, really bizarre setups and really exaggerated facial expressions and body movements and the like. Even SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants, a show I used to really like, has gone that way. I just recently saw an episode of SpongeBob called Face Freeze, where they play on the old adage of, if you keep making funny faces, they'll stay that way. And that's all that happens in the episode. SpongeBob and Patrick do nothing but make strange faces, and surprise, surprise, they stick that way. And the faces they make are these Ren and Stimpy-esque, weird as crap, nightmare-inducing faces. What happened to you, SpongeBob? You used to be funny. I used to look forward to watching a new episode. Now I just roll my eyes. But is this what my parents used to think whenever they saw a new cartoon show on the television when I was growing up? Something that was just really strange and bizarre and just made them kind of tilt and scratch their head wondering what's on the television? And I've certainly thought that about some cartoons like nowadays, like Adventure Time, which I have seen a few episodes of. And there's one episode in particular where the main character, Finn, goes to a land that's made entirely of pillows. Yes, seriously. Oh, but what about the popular video game Kirby's Epic Yarn, where Kirby enters this land full of yarn and string and fabric and whatnot? First of all, that's a video game. Second, video games we're used to seeing either two-dimensional or three-dimensional rendered characters of some type, and they've always been experimenting with new aesthetics, trying a different art style. Like Clay Fighter, a game for the Super Nintendo that's a fighting game where all the characters are claymation. So video games trying a new aesthetic isn't anything new. what isn't new is what Adventure Time does. You expect the character to go to a strange and bizarre place, so I got nothing wrong with Pillow Land. It's just, besides that one, there are other episodes of Adventure Time that have really made me question my sanity and the mental health of the creators, because I swear if the television's not on LSD, the makers probably are. So, I don't know. Am I just in denial because, or am I really experiencing something that my parents went through when about 20 or 30 years ago? And will kids nowadays go through the same thing when they're all grown up and have kids of their own and they see really bizarre, weird cartoons on the television set? So, that's what I think. And let me know what you people think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And if you like this video, then give it a like and maybe even a subscribe too. Anyways, I'm Ninja Greg, and you've been watching The Ninja Greg Show. I'll see you next time.